Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. Thanks to Ray Rickman for coming in a day early to give his big view before Thanksgiving here in the studio. Speaking of politics, we do have a elected official around the corner. Councilman David Salvatore has been here before. I'd like to welcome him on. David, come on around.
Hey, Kate.
Thanks for coming back. I
Happy
appreciate it.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Good
Thanksgiving
to see you again.
to you. It's good to have you back here in studio. Take a little step closer to me.
Yeah, sure.
Don't scoot away quite yet for that turkey.
All right.
Lots going on at the council.
Yes.
And I wanted to have you in for a number of topics. And one of them was the issues with off-campus students
Yes.
that you were looking to address at the council level, and explain to us 5 incidents of bottles being thrown at police officers since
Yeah,
the beginning of the year.
Yeah, based on my conversation with police officers and the reports that have been filed with the police department, there have been 5 incidents of items being thrown at the Providence Police Department, specifically glass bottles. So I am asking the General Assembly to do 2 things. Amend state statute
Okay.
to redefine what a weapon is. A
So to
deadly
be
weapon.
a glass bottle.
It would be a glass bottle, so update the definition. And there's some ambiguity around the law right now.
Okay.
If there is an assault against a person, those penalties are much more strict than an assault against a police officer. So I want the General Assembly to look into this. I'll be reaching out to folks in the House and the Senate and asking them to introduce legislation next fall.
So
Next session.
Tell folks what happened when you were looking to address it at the council level. Okay. You put forth, but did it go to committee, basically kind of go?
So the resolution that I just spoke on did pass. There was a second resolution that would have created a committee.
Okay.
Okay, a committee to take a comprehensive look at this issue around student housing, off-campus student housing, and some of the unruly behavior and violence that has been taking place over the last several months. Several years ago, when I was first elected to the city council, I asked the police department to enforce that orange sticker ordinance, or the nuisance property ordinance, as it's titled. That, to date, has had some effect, but not the effect that we all thought it would have back in 2012.
Okay.
And here we are today talking about students throwing glass bottles at Providence police officers. That's unacceptable to me. And the fact that this matter was referred to a committee to essentially die is completely unacceptable.
So you're looking to address it at the assembly level?
Well, with the first
ordinance.
with the first resolution
First
that we
resolution,
spoke
yes.
on. But like I said, the the resolution that I just spoke on that would have created this committee is essentially dead because it was referred to committee, and that again is completely unacceptable. I have conversations with the Providence Police Department all of the time. We cannot play politics with public safety. That impacts our quality of life. It impacts the safety of our police officers who put their lives on the line for us every single day. And I'm not going to tolerate another act of bad behavior or violence against our Providence Police Department.
And again, is it just politics at the council level that was the result of this?
That is the only thing that I can think of. Again, I think we're playing politics with public safety. And this is a matter, Kate, that impacts all of our wards, okay? When one of these incidents takes place in the Elmhurst neighborhood, public resources are stretched, okay? And when you have hundreds of students occupying a street, that's going to pull public safety resources from every neighborhood in this city. Think about what Providence would look like if something happened related to terrorism, okay? A natural disaster. In all of our public resources are in one central area in the city. I don't want to know what that would look like, but that's the predicament that we would be in.
Okay, so you've tried to address a few issues on the public safety front, particularly important ones to the ward that you're in.
Sure.
And talk to us as well. I mean, these are college kids from different colleges. This isn't all just one college.
Yeah.
And so it must, it's difficult. You deal with the schools. It's a very difficult issue to sort of wrap your hands around, especially when you can't say which college right away, these kids are coming from.
Historically, there has been this sense that whenever a government agency or body creates a committee, that sends a message that a particular piece of legislation is not going to pass. Several years ago, we had much success under the leadership of Councilman in addressing nightclub violence in the city. Okay, the Committee on Ordinances took a comprehensive look at nightclub violence, and to date, I have to say that issue has been mitigated. It's not perfect. However, we have seen less violence in the nightclub industry in not only downtown Providence but across the city. So That's one successful example of where a committee could work, in having all the stakeholders come in. Look, this is not a single stakeholder issue, okay? Landlords can do better, the police department can do better, we as elected officials can do better, and the colleges and universities can do better. And it was my attempt to, again, take a comprehensive look and create some collaborative solutions on addressing this public safety issue.
Okay, and while we have you here, before we let you go,
Not
plans.
leaving yet.
Plans. Any thoughts for a higher office?
I stated it several weeks ago. I don't think it's a secret that I have aspirations for higher office. What that particular office is, I'm not going to get into at the moment.
But you have aspirations for potentially higher office.
I do. I have aspirations for higher office. I love this city. I was born and raised here, and I said it several weeks ago, and I'll say it again. It has been a great honor to represent the people of the 14th Ward. These are folks who are instrumental in shaping my life in my adulthood. So. It's been a great honor.
Well, we're going to continue to keep tabs on you, continue to keep your attention again to these issues of importance to residents, to students, to families, pertaining to public safety. And we've got other issues that we'll have you back in the near future for. But wanted folks to know when they saw the headlines, what it was you're looking to address, how things played out. Why don't you explain it to folks? So I appreciate you taking the time to come.
Thank you, Kate. I appreciate it.
Happy Thanksgiving. Okay,
Take
we'll let
care.
you go around the corner.
Okay.
We're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back.